What's up, my fans?
What's up, guys?
What's good? All right. So this is Tijon. You see my boy Billy, and who other than Tommy Mac joining us here, man. This is gonna be awesome.
Tommy Mac, the man.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
But it's time to take it to the ring.
Yeah.
All right, so I kind of touched on it when I was doing the rundown. This is the new format of how we're going to run things, and I'm super excited. You guys want to kind of like talk about it a little bit?
Yeah,
absolutely.
So the format, the reason why we decided to do it like this is because everybody was throwing in comments about other shows. They were checking in on other things that were happening in the news. They were like asking us, questions about other things as we were doing recaps for, like everyone's asking about AEW as we're doing recaps for NXT, right? So we're like, well, why don't we just have a single show every day that kind of talks about all of it, right? The big picture and how it all interconnects and how it all works and how, the Wrestleverse is connected and what it means and all that good stuff, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do basically like a podcast kind of format. We'll have a question that we're going to talk through and a thought we're going to talk through together. We're going to send that out to you guys in the comments so you guys know what it's about, so you guys can get ready to throw in your ideas and your thoughts and you communicate with us about what you think too. And then we're also going to talk about what's going on with AEW news, WWE, NXT, whatever the things that are going on in the Wrestleverse as a whole. So even like GCW this last weekend, all of that stuff, we're just going to talk about wrestling.
All the wrestling.
Have fun doing it. So that's what we're going to do. Tijon, take it away. Billy, tell me what's up.
Yeah. So Tijon started off, man. This was a great episode of NXT.
Oh yeah, man. I had a good time with it. Let's first start off with the topic. NXT is running the show, bro. Let's be real. NXT is doing the damn thing right now. We got so many people coming in, so many crossovers. It's awesome to watch, bro. And I'm not just talking about Raw, but we're gonna start seeing people in SmackDown. I mean, they kind of said that on Twitter a while back that we're gonna see a lot more crossovers. And they have definitely held up that bargain, and it's only made NXT that much more watchable. It's been super awesome to watch, bro. I've been having a blast.
Crossovers. 100% agree, man. Like, I think NXT, as you see by that picture right there, NXT's taken on a very, very different role within the WWE universe. It's kind of introducing new characters for the main roster. It's introducing new ideas for the roster. It's actually introducing like a new style as well, I think. And like as of last night, is the Attitude Era back?
I'm so glad that you said that it's introducing new styles because it's not just, I think that's a great little tease. Is the Attitude Era back? But not just that, we have some great luchador wrestling, AAA style wrestling in NXT.
We do.
Rather than just Rey Mysterio in WWE. So
the Familia was a great little addition, and they haven't really gotten a lot of spotlight. I didn't know who they were until I kind of had to start watching NXT, and once that happened, I was like, oh, look at that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. There's some great stuff coming out of NXT. It has grown beyond just a farming brand. It is bigger than that. I mean, Tijon, you and I have said it multiple weeks, multiple episodes. It's better than Raw. It's better than SmackDown. That says a lot.
So I'm not going to agree with that. But I'm not going to like fight you on it either. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to say, I don't think it's better. I think it's different.
It's more consistently entertaining.
I think it's
and that's what makes it better.
As a whole, it's more entertaining, and only because Raw is like 3 hours long and it's nothing but recaps. And SmackDown is only got two. It's like instead of it being a one-trick pony, it's a two-trick pony, right? And that's the only reason. Like, to me, SmackDown would be the better show if they had more happening and they had more character development. And I think that's what's going to happen. When they bring up whoever they're bringing up next, and I think that might be we might see Cody.
Does that mean
there.
Sad days for NXT? All the good talent that we're seeing, they're just going to move up, and then all of a sudden NXT is going to be garbage again?
I don't know.
I really hope not. I truly hope not.
I agree.
I'd be kind of hurt. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, we have also talked about the need for WWE to really start pushing these new guys up, because that's kind of what the point is for NXT. So I think this push to make NXT like the huge, I guess, like promotion right now is to give these guys the spotlight, because they're the future. They're who we're about to see in the big promotions. So they need to be recognized, so that it's just not like, who the hell are these 30 people that just walked into Raw and SmackDown? Like, what is that about? You know what I mean?
And I like the crossover that they're doing by bringing in, main roster talent to NXT.
Yeah.
And announcing it on the main roster as well. So that way people can
really blend it in.
Yeah, tune in and get caught up and know who the stars are that are going to be making their appearances very soon. And yeah, Keith, 100%. Cruiserweight division, which does not exist anymore, but the actual wrestlers themselves are fire. There's no doubt about it.
But
that's the thing, is like, bump them up,
happy with
get
what
them
they
into.
did to my boy Butch. Like, I'm not happy though. I'm pretty fucked up about it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, come on, leave Tommy alone.
No.
He's getting his bump up. It makes a lot of sense why he couldn't beat Carmelo Hayes. Right?
Not even just that. I'm talking about his character being trashed. It was just like insult to injury. That's like losing the Super Bowl and then going to the Bears. It's like that's a hell of a jump. Like, it's just like, how much more can you do to me? You get what I'm saying? I don't know.
I feel that.
So
Black and Gold brand was hard. Definitely was hard.
So I 100% agree with that statement. Right? I miss the Black and Gold brand as well. I miss Triple H's NXT as well. I really loved it. I think it was an amazing place. It was a place for indie wrestlers to actually have a home, to become like something different than they were before, to stand out and stand up. It was a very, very cool thing. And then AEW happened, right? And when AEW happened, I think it lost out of some of its shine. And then we lost some of the stars that were in NXT Black and Gold. But yeah, during the NXT and AEW war, if you want to call that, there were some really big standouts that are all now in AEW.
Yeah.
Aside from Ricochet.
Yeah.
And
Ricochet, is he? He's still on the main roster.
He's still in it.
He's got a belt.
He's finally getting some shine.
He got a belt. He got the Intercontinental Championship and finally got his rise up and some notoriety. That
actually brings me to my second question for you guys. Tommaso Ciampa's future.
Yeah.
What are you guys thinking?
Big debate, man.
Catering.
I don't know where he's going.
He's going to be
really
catering.
He's going to catering.
He's going to catering.
Jesus. No.
You think he's done and out, huh, Tommy?
I mean, come on, guys. He's so amazing, and they're not going to know what to do with him.
That's Tijan. We were touching on that, talking about it. What would he do? What would be
That's
his
exactly what I was about to
development?
say. He's very versatile, but I don't know where he fits right now. I really don't. not for
They've
them
had
to
him
use
in
him
dark
right.
matches against different guys. They've had him in a tag team in dark matches. They've had him already like on the main roster doing, the opening matches before it goes live and on air and after as well. But man, he is such a standout talent, and he's such an interesting character that they had a hard time. They have a hard time with that. Like they have a hard time with ones that are based on real people, right?
Yeah.
And that's almost typecasted him.
Yeah, like that's why NXT, like I said, I think is such a big deal right now for the main roster, because they're developing characters who aren't real, right? They're not based in like reality. They're not based in like the little harder edge of what someone really is. They're bigger than life. They're bigger than they're more WWE, right?
Look
at this comment.
That was a rough one.
Spot on.
Yeah, because I was just thinking, like, would he be better in AEW?
Yeah, it's true, man.
Damn. Yeah, that is very true.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
So sad.
100%. Agree that with 100%. I just watched actually Joey Janela's interview. If you guys have a chance to check that out, Salcedo did an interview with him, and she it was really, really cool. I mean, he talked, he's leaving the business, right?
That's crazy. And I kind of thought the way he left it open-ended last night, the way he was talking, I don't know how it's going to go. I really don't know. I love you, family. I love NXT. I really did get that vibe, and I didn't see that interview. So that makes a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, it does make sense because he went to AEW to become that standout, that blowout star, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't. Like he ended up being a star at Dark, and he was basically putting over other people, getting them kind of shining up their stars. But for him himself, it didn't do him any good. He made more money, I think, on the indies, truthfully.
That's a shame, too. I mean, that's the definition of a supporter actor.
It's
sad what they did to him.
But Joey Janela is going to have a petting zoo in New Jersey. So if you guys want to go check it out, it'd be freaking cool. It's great. Like a petting zoo in Jersey. That guy who jumps off roofs and goes through
that segue that you just pulled literally reminded me of like this dude in UFC who's like been competing for years and he finally retired. He was like, I'm paving roofs now. So if you need your roof paved, it's like, okay, I guess. when this dude who I was watching whoop ass to like now like do my landscaping and stuff. Cool. That'd be dope.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. No, man. Is that true though? All right, we got a comment, and I was just trying to research it about this Big E retirement thing.
Yeah, I saw that too. I think that's a Twitter rumor.
Yeah, I haven't. There's no real facts about it yet, so I don't know if I want to really touch on that because you had my Twitter fingers going crazy just now. I was looking, and I don't see any real official things yet.
Yeah, I think it's a rumor.
Yeah, but
so I'm not seeing it yet. Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Oh wait, that's before. That's an old one.
Yeah, that's 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it yet. We do know. Okay, so what we do know, at least we know as of right this minute, we do know that a surgeon who is all about this type of injury, this kind of neck injury, that kind of thing, has already weighed in on the issue, right? Has said that this is one of those things that puts you out of your career, right? So we've already had that. We've seen that. But I haven't yet seen it. And maybe if you can, Keith, if you got the information or a link, you can drop in the comments. That would be amazing. I appreciate it.
Yeah, if you can break some news like that, man, we would definitely appreciate that.
Yeah.
But realistically, I mean, with the way technology has come and the willpower and just his positive mindset, I don't see that happening, man. They'll find something for him.
Yeah, for sure.
Daniel Bryan came back.
Yeah, right.
Edge came back.
Yeah.
And
Bryan Danielson came back.
Page is coming back. Christian Cage came back.
Yeah.
Right? That's a huge one, too. And he did fantastic on Revolution, man. That was a
All right,
match.
so let's get back to NXT real quick.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a little bit more. If you guys have any thoughts on that, throw that up in the comments, too.
I'm in. Is it the most influential? I mean, that's a big thing. That's a big statement. I know they had a lot of talent coming up, but is it just further mismanagement from WWE and not being able to corral this and really use the talent they have in a positive way and wasting it?
I think that honestly, Ciampa, unfortunately, is the last to be wasted. You know, it's like he's the last one to get wasted, because now, I mean, we've said this now a bunch of times also, Billy, that, you know, they are now in a place where they're cornered. They have to now put these new guys up. Tommaso Ciampa's been in NXT for like, what? I think he said 7 years.
17.
Like 17 years, yeah. So, I mean, unfortunately, he's going to be probably the last guy that won't get the shine that he deserves, which really sucks because he earned it. But
yeah,
you know,
and that's 17 years total. My bad, not in NXT. I misspoke.
Oh,
17 years total as a wrestler.
Yeah.
Well, he's part of the old guard, right? So he's part of that black and gold brand. He's one of the guys that carried NXT after, you know, Finn Balor went up. And after, you know, we lost Bailey and Sasha and all of them went up, and him and Johnny Gargano and Adam Page and you know, their whole group, that they're the ones that kind of carried it. So now that he's going to be basically one of the last, I don't think they're thinking through who's left, right, from that black and gold standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
There really isn't anybody of major consequence in the active wrestling roster on NXT.
Yeah, I think Dexter Lumis would be the only one that's been floating this entire time, and he's really kind of a side
for him. Exactly.
He kind of came in later, and he's not really part of that. I wouldn't call him part of the black and gold. I just call
original.
Him, yeah.
Ciampa's an OG.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, he wrestles like it, man. That's a ton of talent.
And it's super fun to watch. I think he has so much more in the tank, but solid mid-carder, not being wasted. Yeah, exactly. But he shouldn't even be a gatekeeper, and that's what they're gonna kind of start making him. And it's unfortunate. That's what I'm saying. You know, he should have had like that Ricochet title run that Ricochet just immediately popped. You know what I mean? Like Ciampa could have gotten that, but I don't know, man.
That's a good point, but so WWE, man, they don't like that smaller, fast, really good wrestler. They want to have big, huge guys that just come out and rock people. That's the Vince McMahon formula.
That's why Braun Breaker's getting this ridiculous push.
Exactly.
Even though he really shouldn't.
Well, and he's Steiner DNA.
Yeah.
So that's a big bump up as well.
I'm going to talk to this real quick. So I agree. He said a bunch of times, and he also said he didn't even want to leave NXT. He wanted to just go back in the back.
Right? Yeah, I do remember him saying that.
So he said that in like 3 or 4 interviews.
Yeah.
So same thing with Samoa Joe. And Samoa Joe was back in the back, and they sent him home. Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
They sent Samoa Joe home. SamoaE.
Pretty foolish too.
They sent home.
Silly move.
So
yeah,
again,
that's the mismanagement of talent.
And yes, Tommaso Ciampa is like that, right? But he's not Samoa Joe, right? And Joe was on the main roster. Joe was successful on the main roster. Joe had a good run on the main roster. Joe put over a lot of stars on the main roster.
Yeah.
And they sent him home.
McMahon he knows what he wants,
and
he doesn't change his mind. And he's been
that
doing it forever.
He
has a formula and he follows it.
That's what he does.
Say what?
I said that motherfucker has a day of reckoning coming. Yeah,
True.
Jesus Christ.
True.
The amount of bullshit that he's pulled just at the helm is ridiculous. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want to go on a whole another tangent like that.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like we could have an episode just on that.
Yeah, just on trashing him. But he's done a lot. He's done a lot of good things, but it's past his damn time.
I don't know. Bring Cody back. A feud with Randy Orton. Oh,
I need to see it.
I don't know. We were kind of speculating maybe Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. We were speculating on that. That'd be fun. WrestleMania.
I think
we need to see Seth Rollins.
I really do. I don't think that we're going to see it. I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like Cody's not coming. Cody won't be there. I think Vinnie Mac shafted him, and it's over with.
It's a neck tattoo.
Yeah. I think it's over with. I'm real hurt.
So they had a little bit of a bump in the 18-49 this week on Raw. It wasn't a lot. It was like, 200,000 people, but they had a bump in that demo, and we all know why, right? It was just that for that reason, right? People thought Cody was going to be there Monday, and so they tuned in for it. It wasn't as big of a tune in because people were in the camp of hell no, he's not coming.
Yep.
Right? And that's why on our community page we had what do you call it? Anyway, we asked everybody the question: do you guys think he's coming or not coming? And the community was very, very vocal in saying, "Hell no, he's not coming."
Exactly.
66% of people said he's not coming.
He's not coming. I feel like if he was going to, he would have been came out when he didn't. So
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like the dream is dead.
Remember Dashing Cody?
Cody.
Nope. What was that guy?
Was that his ROH run?
No, that was in the WWE. That was before the Legacy days. That's when he was like the handsome Cody Rhodes, Dashing Cody Rhodes.
So that was before Stardust.
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. They totally repackaged him and sent him home.
So Himanshu just said an interesting thing. He said that was the commentary. They were saying stuff about Seth being dashed.
Yeah, being dashed. Yep.
Yeah.
And Crossroads. They said Crossroads. I counted it. They said it 16 times on Raw.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
And then they said Rhodes a whole bunch of times. They said Road to WrestleMania, and they would go Road to WrestleMania or Road. It was funny. It was like
spoil hat time,
WrestleMania, right?
Yeah.
They're playing.
Is that them capitalizing on the name?
That's them trolling the AEW.
Yeah, they're screwing with people's minds. Most definitely.
Cheeky bastards. Man, that is so cheeky. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't put it past them. That's amazing marketing. That's so clever. People way smarter than us brainwashing us on a regular basis.
Just for them to not do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just for them not to spend the money and still get the hype.
And still get the promo. It's genius and evil. And we're going to watch anyway.
This is the world we live in.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so what do you guys think? Like, is NXT the thing that is like prepping the future of WWE? Is it the most influential brand right now in the WWE?
I think so.
For WWE specifically, yes, absolutely. I think there's a lot of other talent that they're ignoring because they're ignorant and it doesn't fit their package. But that's also why they have NXT, to bring that talent in, reform them to fit what WWE is and what it's supposed to be.
King. NXT.
All hail. All hail.
Like, the only hope for the future of the WWE right now that we can see is NXT.
Amen.
Right. That's facts.
Amen.
There's so much talent in there. There's so many people now who have come from NXT, especially in like the women's division, like that have come up from NXT. T-John. So, yeah, they need NXT 100% to like keep their roster. Need
NXT UK because they're getting a ton of talent from there. Finn Balor, NXT UK. Drew McIntyre, NXT UK. So it's just as important. Toni Storm, I know she got let go, but great talent. NXT UK.
I gotta give you your props. Y'all were right. A-Kid is a dog.
A-Kid.
I was impressed. I'm not gonna lie. I love the jiu-jitsu. I love the style. It's super different. I had fun watching them.
Now, how upset were you about the crowd sitting on their ass the entire match? I was pissed.
Yeah, I was about to say, honestly, it didn't surprise me because this was an unknown match. I feel like the people that were in the crowd, they don't have that insider knowledge. Now, I'm going to stand up if a fight is interesting and fun. That was an interesting and fun match.
Right? Are you kidding me? That was a great opening.
And I think that they just were like, we don't know them, so I'm going to just, be here. And
that's not a wrestling fan. I'm sorry. That was a great match. And it was amazing. And it was also great to really see, he's with Jacket Time. His name, Kushida. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Kushida, really, for that beginning part, we got to see more action and more talent in that first 5 minutes than I've seen from him in NXT.
Yeah.
And he's an amazing wrestler. He was so good. The way he was able to keep that pace and float through transitions and reverse and counter and just preemptively know what was going to happen. It was great. It was just nothing but talent. That guy, I don't care. Even if it
doesn't seem to be a lot of push for Asian wrestlers, and there's a bunch of good Asian wrestlers. You know what I'm saying?
Like WWE.
Yeah, that's really a stain on WWE right there.
It is.
Like, there's been so much talent. Y'all have gotten me really into it just from starting to follow NJPW and stuff like that. And it's like, bro, there are some really good wrestlers. Saray is getting shafted again. I didn't really like her character, but she was super
shaft. Good. Let's talk about that, man.
Yeah.
That was some silly stuff.
Like earlier today, Lady J and Billy were talking about what's the deal with Japanese wrestlers, right?
Exactly.
What's the deal when they come to the WWE? They don't get any love, very little, right? They might get some in NXT, but then after that, there's not a lot, right? And there's only
Nakamura is a perfect example of that.
In the history of the WWE. Yeah, there's been 3 or 4, right? That have gotten big time pushes and gotten a lot of love, right? And we can, Taka Mitsunuku is one of them. You got wait, hold on. God, I'm gonna forget his name from ECW. I'll pull it up in a minute. But we have, and then the girls who came up, right? So, and then Asuka and Kairi Sane, right? Those two, they had a good push for a little while. Asuka pretty much carried most of the silent arena era. Without her, man, it would have been just terrifyingly horrible to watch.
Why?
Because it's loud, and that's what made it work. You didn't need to have that audience when you had someone so vocal.
And why does Io Shirai not moved up?
Why? Because WWE is racist.
If I was her, man, I would be begging them not to put me on the main roster. I would be begging them. Because
I'm telling you,
the last 2 girls, the Asian girls that went up, one of them, almost got killed by Nia Jax, and the other one is been out for months, and they don't know what to do with her, and she's still sitting in catering, right? So
I don't know, man. I just feel like the best way still to be a champ in the women's division is to be blonde and white. That's the best thing. And that's the push that Tiffany Stratton is getting. Don't get me wrong. She's good.
Yeah.
She is good.
Well,
she has a nice little background.
she has the same kind of look that Charlotte Flair does.
Exactly.
But she's actually pretty.
So Asuka's not still injured. Asuka did respond to somebody's tweet about her being okay, and she said something like, that she wasn't cleared. She said she didn't say she was cleared. She said that's news to me. She is cleared. But she's trying to keep it under wraps because she doesn't want everybody to think about her being in catering, right? And that's the real, right? The more she's out on injury, the better it is for her.
For her career.
Yep. Yeah, well, for what we think about, right? We want
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
We're talking about WWE women.
What about she's just sitting there is the moment her character starts to decline. So it is better for like her to keep saying that she's injured.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, if we're going to talk about WWE and their shadow on women wrestlers, I think Miko Sakamura is a perfect example. She is a beast. She is strong. She is a great wrestler, and she is perfectly happy being in NXT UK. And I don't see her ever wanting to move up for exactly the reasons we're talking about. And she is amazing.
Yeah, so she was in NXT for a few months. And then she asked to go over to NXT UK, and they moved her over there because that's where she's done a lot of wrestling in the UK with like Pro Wrestling Eve and other like big female promotions over in the UK and with Stardom and other places. So for her, it was like going home, right, to all the girls she's wrestled with. So like Blair Davenport and all those people are people that she's had lots of time and lots of matches with.
And she's still stuck in the WWE brand, though. She can't float around. She can't go to NJPW.
She's ready for that payday. That's all she's that's all she cares about right now, man. Hey. She's like 40 whatever years old, and she's just like, thank you for my checks. I'm good. This is the last for me. I'll go on one last indie run when my contract expires, and I'm good. I'll train in Stardom, and we'll be good to go.
So if we're going to talk about people going back to NXT, then what do you think is the reason for Dolph Ziggler's real return? Like, do you think that the heads, like the powers that be, pushed him there, or do you think he really wanted to go there?
I think he was looking for more showtime. I think he was looking for another payday, maybe even possibly another belt to sell. And really that's what it is. Just him looking for more time, looking for more work. And that's where they put him. It's like, hey, we're not going to put you here in WWE. We're going to bump you down. You're going to get another belt. You can sell that belt in another 2 years, get whatever you want out of it. But I think it was a payday and nothing else. Good bump for NXT. I'm not complaining. But for Ziggler, payday, man.
Okay. I mean, I agree, but I also think that he's down there like AJ was down there, like other wrestlers are coming down for many reasons. The one biggest reason being that it gives them the opportunity to shine, and then they also get to help bring up other wrestlers and help like enhance other talent, which most of these guys at this point in their career, that's what they want to do, right? They want to basically teach other people what they've learned, kind of teach them the craft. I can't think of like any better wrestlers than Dolph Ziggler and Bobby Roode, truthfully, thinking through the roster, like who could go down and just instantly be a part of NXT and make it work. Like Bobby Roode was a superstar on NXT, right?
Yeah, he was.
He was a beast. He ruled.
I loved when he came out with his old music too.
The Glorious.
So you really think it is them stepping down as a mentor and grooming?
I think it's more of, for them, I don't think they think of it as a down step. I think it's like a sideways, right? To them,
because they are where they are.
It's a lateral position.
They're not like out of the main roster, right? They're going to bring the main their NXT to the main roster, right? So that's why they're having.
That's what I thought. That was my thoughts. I thought that it was just a play. Yeah. I think that it's just the whole thing where they're like, we're going to start bringing NXT more to the forefront. And, that's why this whole thing with Dolph Ziggler is so important. I disagree with you, Steven.
Yeah.
You're tripping.
So I actually do agree with the statement exactly, meaning that he said that's about as many people that watch it. He's right. There's not that many people that watch NXT. There's not that many people that watch Impact. But
I think that's changing for NXT.
But NXT as a brand is way more relevant only because it's literally the stepping stone for people to become a superstar within the WWE system. So sure, nobody watched OVW either. Have you ever seen an OVW match ever? Anyone?
No.
Anyone?
I'm in. Fight fans, let us know.
I watch it every single week, but I'm a very, very rare person, right? Nobody watches OVW. I think we get more hits on our videos than they get on their videos, and they run them on YouTube, right? And it's because nobody knows anything about them and don't understand it, and it's the guys creating the wrestlers who are going to go to become wrestlers somewhere else. And that's how it works. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to Google this. You see what Humasha just said?
Yeah. Say NXT gets 600K a week. That's the numbers. That's numbers. But before we put that up, I did want to see this because I do agree with Tommaso on this point.
I'm so glad that you pulled this up because I'm going to say the same thing.
Does.
So Rey Mysterio and his son Dominik did show up, and they challenged Dave Familia. And Dominik looked like he belonged in NXT. He looked like a rookie. He finally didn't have a pro around him to make him look good. And his lanky ass looks sloppy.
Right.
I'm sorry. He is too long. He is too big to be doing lucha moves like that. And he needs a lot more practice.
But that's we've always known about Dominik. That is not a surprise.
Doesn't make him good.
No, he's not good. That's the point. He needs time.
He belongs
in
NXT.
He's Rey Mysterio's son. Rey Mysterio got him already to the majors. That motherfucker does not belong in the majors. We all know this already.
No, man.
This is not news. This isn't a hot take.
And
we know
that
he
match
belongs in NXT.
Showed it. You saw it. It was sloppy. It was terrible.
It wasn't a fun
I'm
match.
sure him and his dad are watching that tape today, watching every single second on everything he did wrong.
I think they do that every time, though. I think that's literally what they do. I think that Rey literally is like, all right, you already know. Sit down here next to me on this tour bus and let's go review this footage because you can't keep doing it. Like, he's not going to leave until Dominik is ready to step up.
That's the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
So the best way for Dominik to be able to step up is to keep Rey by his side and Rey really keep grooming him. But if Rey wasn't there, he would have his ass right there in NXT for like 10 years. So he's on the fast track because of who his dad is. Exactly. Everybody knows that, man. That's very true, man.
I'm glad we got that out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but again, that wasn't, I've always thought that, bro. Like, yes, he is ass, but there's a reason why he's there, and we all know it.
I saw it at NXT for the first time. I was like, wow, this guy's a mess.
I was like, oh, he belongs there. This looks like an NXT match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna quickly do a ratings lesson, and we'll never do one again. All right, here we go. All right, so yes, 600,000 people for 2 hours total average viewership for 2 hours watch NXT on average, meaning that if you go back 12 months, they've had like $400,000. They've had 600,000. They've had 750,000. They're somewhere around 600K, right? That's true. Demos are mostly important when it comes to ratings because it actually slots you in where you're actually going to be put, all right? So of those people who actually watch NXT right now, they're skewing older. They're skewing people 55 and older. So their average watcher currently on NXT, and that's changing, right? So it is changing. But currently, the people who are watching NXT are between 40 and 80. That's the average person who watches.
Jesus Christ.
Almost like 65 to 70% of their audience is watching that old. Okay.
Wow.
That's who's watching it. However, for what he said, Rampage, they're doubling the demo number for 18 to 25 and 25 to 40. So they're doubling that. So, yep, you're right. They are beating them some weeks for a 2-hour show. They're averaging 600 viewers. But
why did I catch a random bullet? What the fuck did I do?
For a 1-hour show, they wouldn't be doing it. They'd be doing something about 350. So
there you go.
You have 2 other people here
Numbers.
that you could go after.
He's doing that because he doesn't want to say how old I look. Because we already know that, I'm that guy. I'm the person who watches NXT that's over 55.
So
hey, it's just the numbers. It's the numbers, though.
All right, what's up? What's next? Let's talk about the rest of NXT.
Yeah, we did. NXT? So we touched on, gosh, what was her name? Charlotte Flair wannabe. The next one.
Oh, you're
Charlotte
talking about
Flair is too old to wrestle.
Yeah.
She's gonna replace her. What was another good one? So we talked about Dominik, that sloppy match. Yeah. That was not very good at all. And that was after the Cameron Grimes and was it Escobar match?
That is true.
Which was really good.
I'm interested in the implications. Really, I want to see that ladder match. That ladder match is the show.
Yes,
that's what Slammer is going to be about. Is that ladder match? That's a big thing.
And he's won before in a ladder match. He has experience. Yep. So I'm glad. As sad as it is seeing Cameron Grimes kind of go on this downward slope.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see Escobar go into that ladder match. I really am. I think it's going to make that match that much better.
I want A-Kid to beat Grayson Waller, but I do want to see Grayson Waller in that ladder match. Since they did talk about it, I think that would be a cool little I think that would be a cool addition.
Well, Waller's been in a ladder match before.
Yeah.
And I don't think A-Kid has. He's from the UK. They don't do that stuff.
You know who I want to see actually take the belt from Dolph Ziggler?
Braun.
And it's not it's not yet. It's not yet. But do you know who I really want to see take it from Dolph Ziggler?
Who? Ooh.
Santos.
Yeah.
That's who I really want to see. I want Dolph to retain for right now. Like I do.
What about Gunther?
No, I want Walter to just kill everybody.
That's what's gonna happen.
I really don't. And here's why. Because I want him to just kill everybody, not even have a championship, and just go up and be like he's just a stone cold killer, right?
That's what he is, though.
That's what I want. I don't even put gold on him yet. Put gold on him the day he steps into the main roster.
But to who? So my thing is
have him challenge up. Have him go you can't touch the NXT brand. We'll all I'll destroy you. Brock Lesnar, whoever it is he challenges, right? Put gold on him the day he comes into the main roster. And then because he's already held NXT gold. He held it for I don't know.
Big Daddy Walter.
Big Daddy Walter. He's the ring general.
Days or something.
You said what?
He had the UK championship for 600 days or something?
Something crazy.
Ring general.
I just want some more charisma. I think that what LA Knight told him was facts. I was like, you don't have any mic skills at all. So if you're gonna move up, bro, you gotta have something. And you can't be
LA Knight.
A Nazi war general. You can't.
He said it best. He goes, you have all the sports and none of the entertainment. And this is a sport entertainment industry. I think LA Knight hit him with facts. It's the truth.
So I'm telling you, he walks onto the main roster. You put Paul Heyman with him or somebody else like that. It doesn't have to be Heyman. It could be anybody that can just talk with him. And he'll destroy it.
That's exactly
what
he
needs, man. Another
he needs
German or Austrian manager to just like tag along, it will work because he doesn't have any mic skills, and they need somebody.
Say what?
Bring back the Russian. Bring back Lana. Have her be his mouthpiece.
That would be hell. That would be one hell of a.
And what a great time.
Yeah, exactly.
Miro, don't kill us, man.
That would make Gunther full heel. Full heel move right there.
He needs to.
Oh yeah,
that'd be great.
Yeah, I would pay to see Omos and Gunther. I would pay to see that. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
it would.
So, I mean, for the rest of this NXT episode, we got to see some Creed drama, trying to figure out who jumped them last week. I know, Tijon, you and I both thought it was MSK. We were led on falsely when they came out and then denied it. Like, I was relishing in the fact that I was right. I was like, I knew it was MSK. They wanted their title shot. And
just for them to be like, it wasn't us. I'm like, shut up.
I know, what a
tease.
tease.
NWO shirts on. You saw that?
Oh, and they were giving tribute with the Heyo, trying to work it in, you know. And when Ciampa came out too, he did the same thing. He did a little bit of the dab going out, you know, to one of the signs. It was cool. Just more of that tribute, more of that respect. And, you know, I think in wrestling, when we have a big loss like that, our circle feels it more than any other genre. You know, baseball, football, music, actors. Like, I don't know, man. I've never felt sad. I never understood why people cried when John Lennon was assassinated or any of those things. But then I think about if Hulk Hogan died tomorrow, how I would feel. Man, I don't know. I would just be devastated. That was such a huge part of my life growing up. Dude, as a very young child.
The hardest loss that I have felt in terms of like any sport where like I've never met dude. I've seen them live once or twice was Kobe. That shit ruined like 3 of my days. And it was like just over time, I just was getting more and more depressed. And in the back of my mind, I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? I don't even know him. But here I'm like weird. Legit grieving right now. But yeah, man, this is one of them ones where it's like, dude, you have somebody who is literally the bad guy. Yeah. He made the cool bad guy. He made it cool to be bad. Like everything that you can see in bad guys today, the heels that we like, he's the blueprint. We lost the blueprint. 100%. Like that's a hell of a loss, bro. It's heavy on the mind for me. You know, it's like, I kind of grieved it, but I'm more like, it's just heavy. It just feels real heavy because it's like, damn, we lost like a real legend, like the guy who did that shit to make wrestling, the characters for wrestling what they are now. Without him, where would we be? In terms
specifically
of
for our generation.
The attitude.
I mean, huge.
Yeah, I mean, they started it off, right? They kicked off the Attitude Era, really. When you think about it, that whole, you know, invasion angle and all that stuff, that kind of was the catalyst for all of what came next. They were already having competition between the two of them. One week, one was better. The next week, the other was better in ratings. But after that, man, you just look and you look at the numbers and it's spiked, right? It spiked to the point where people were watching football and who decided to change the channel to watch wrestling. That's just nuts, right? Like when you think about how the American Football League got affected during those years, right? It's crazy to think about that.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It was an amazing time. And he's always been amazing. Like, if you look at even now, like when he gave any kind of promos, when he gave that promo at the Hall of Fame that everybody's been talking about for the last few days, he is without a doubt one of the best ever. There won't be anyone better.
Yeah. You can't outdo the guy who started it. And like he was the pioneer for it, bro. Like I can go on and on about it. So
Yeah, we wouldn't be a Stone Cold Steve Austin fan if not for him, because it was the exact same thing.
Exactly.
And I'm still a bit taken back by it. It's just a huge loss. And yeah, I'm over here reading some comments, and
so Hook threw in like a comment real quick about how no, I'm just gonna say it. So yes, Scott Hall and Hogan and all those guys, they partied a lot, and Scott had a lot of demons he was dealing with.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you know the backstory about Scott Hall actually, before he even became a professional wrestler, he ended up killing somebody in self-defense. And that's kind of where all this came from, right? For him. So
this is his real life.
It hit him really, really hard. And it was something that he's dealt with his whole life since then, right? And he's one of those guys, and that's probably why he's so good at promos and so good at giving performances, because he's one of those guys that can hide something like on the outside to make it look like everything's all good, but inside he feels too much. Right? Yeah. And that's him. And if you talk to like anybody who ever met him, anybody ever hung out with him, he was literally like one of the nicest people and most like giving people that they've ever met. And yes, he had a crap ton of demons. I've had a crap ton of demons in my life too. Like I had lots and lots and lots of problems in my past too. So, but when it's all said and done, man, he was a guy that was loved by many, that loved a lot, and probably just felt everything just a lot more than any of us do.
I was about to say, it doesn't take away from who he was, especially in the ring. Like,
and the good things he did outside of the ring. He was a humanitarian.
Exactly.
I mean, he loved kids. He loved family. He did a lot of good things. And again, I'm not going to touch too much on what Hook's talking about. I think it's a little silly, but judge not. But it just, he did a great job, and he did his job very well. And I'm very thankful for everything he's done for wrestling. And that's really
100%.
all I have to say.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
All right.
And Hook,
let's move on.
I mean, I won't put
stuff.
What you're saying, but if steroids are really like your thing and why you hate it, then I don't think you watch wrestling, bro. I mean, your favorite wrestlers are on the juice. I don't know.
Not to mention, I'm sorry.
Not everybody does steroids.
Exactly.
Not
Thank you.
Does steroids,
there are a lot of people who have done them and do juice now. It's different types of juicing.
There's way too many different kinds, bro. It's everywhere.
I guarantee you, more people have been put on steroids and didn't realize it than will even admit it, because the doctor prescribes it and it's called so many different names.
If you ever see a guy,
it's for healing. I'm sorry, there's a science there. So if you can't respect somebody for trying to heal after a big injury and it's doctor's orders, they prescribe D-ball overseas for a knee injury.
Bro. You don't think that Brock Lesnar has ever taken steroids? Shut up. Bobby Lashley, shut the hell up. You talk about people who are damn near 50 and are getting bigger. Shut the hell up, dog. No.
It's supplementation.
Dude, your favorite wrestlers, if they recovered from a death-defying injury in a matter of months, there's steroids involved. Like there has to be
some sort of supplementation. Some sort of supplementation. And that's where it comes down to a science. Giving the body exactly what it needs when it needs it is not a bad thing, especially if it's under doctor orders. And also, guys, this is entertainment sports. This is not a competitive sport. You're not on an Olympic level. You're not being drug tested like that, even though they're not supposed to. But if you're on leave and you need to heal, that's no different than any other Olympic athlete that doesn't compete for 4 years. You think they're not on that stuff? Everybody's on it. You're crazy. And I don't care if it means that we're getting better athletes and we're meeting the peak of human capacity. If it means that I get to watch baseball and see a dude crank one out 400 yards, I'm all for it. I don't care. I don't care. It's the peak of physical perfection, and we're getting better at it. So let it happen. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. I think you would have been overboard, Billy, but I am somewhat in your corner with you. I'm kind of in your corner.
Y'all know how I feel about it. I don't care.
Yeah, I get you though, because now it's all facts. This is entertainment at the end of the day, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, if you want to see your favorite wrestlers continue to be your favorite, there's a reason. There's a reason.
Just saying. I'm not saying. Man. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But what else y'all want to get into Seth Rollins? Like, what's gonna happen, bro? Are we all giving up? Is he out?
I don't know.
Let's touch on the two other things real quick. So we'll talk about Charmel, Queen Charmel.
Oh yeah, induction.
Sure. Didn't mean to disrespect Queen Charmel.
We gotta talk about the Queen. The Queen came as a Nitro dancer, and then found the love of her life and worked her all the way up to becoming the Queen, and now in the Hall of Fame.
I think it's so cool that Booker is inducting her into the Hall of Fame. I think that is super neat. It makes it even better television, and good for her.
Yeah, most definitely. Much respect. I like the fact that Booker T is gonna induct her too. I thought that was awesome. That's a great touch.
I think it just makes it that much cooler.
Oh, most definitely, really bro. Most definitely.
All right, so we now know that NXT is the king of the WWE brand.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we can move on from that, we will move on from that. And let's talk about Seth for a little bit.
Okay. 100%, man. So my whole thing is, what do we do?
I don't know. Fight fans, chime in. I think it's a cringe. I don't know. Fight fans, chime in. Let us know what you think. I have no idea how they're going to plug this guy in, except for Cody Rhodes.
I did not like what they tried to do with the whole Kevin Owens thing. They had a great match, but that story was garbage. I was not happy with it at all.
Do not get me started on Monday Night Raw. Right. I mean, do not get me started on Monday Night Raw. Oh my God, it was the biggest 3-hour waste of my life. I mean, no, please never put me through that again.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I've never seen so many repackaged, and then repackaged again promos. Like, I think they actually replayed the same promo 3 times.
They did.
I was at one point, I literally was hitting my head to stay awake in order to see if Cody might show up, because I was a mark for that. But I like, it was so, man, terrible. It was the beginning of it worked. The last minute of it, few minutes of it worked, but everything from start to finish was crap.
Oh, Tom, what'd you say? What was more entertaining? I think you said it best.
Dumpster fire.
Yeah, he said
Dumpster is more entertaining than last week's Monday Night Raw. It was, hell no. It was.
If Seth Rollins,
I'm sorry, I had to hear it again.
Corey Graves, I swear to God, I'm never watching Raw again. I'm sorry, Tom. You can go ahead and take me out. If that happens, I'm so finished. That better not happen.
No, they're probably going to do the absolute normal WWE angle and have Corey and Carmella versus Becky.
That would so be WWE.
I don't like any of this.
Like, who gets it on the best? Let's see.
Exactly.
They tried saw a little bit of that first. They tested it out in NXT first. To see if
okay, you beat me to it. We didn't talk about that. But what about the softcore porn that we saw in NXT? The slut off
uncomfortable
between
it went
India
on for a while. I thought that they were going to cut the commercial or something. It was like, I guess we're watching this. Okay.
Man, that was a mess. That was, I said it. I called it a slut off. Who could slut each other?
I don't know about that. It was definitely a test for the main roster to see if it would pop a rating, and it got a crap ton of views online.
Negative.
Huh?
Is that good? Is like bad publicity? It's just as good as good publicity. Is
It's not bad publicity because they want to bring that 18 to 25 thing up, and the people who actually watch that kind of stuff are like 14 years old for the most part. So that's going to skew those numbers way down.
I can't tell if the comments are trolling. Literally everybody is pulling for Corey Graves to come back for WrestleMania. And at first I was like, okay, they're really like tripping right now. But no, they're actually like talking about, how Corey, like the amount you said that Corey was beating Seth's ass, like when they were feuding with the Shield, like.
Yeah, but what has Corey done since then?
Before it became the Black and Gold brand. That was in NXT before it became the Black and Gold.
It's like 2014 you're talking about,
exactly.
Bro.
Yeah, and since then, Seth Rollins has not only recreated his own self-image, but also his skill, his style, and his talent. He has gotten much better.
Don't nobody even remember this. Y'all are digging too far
right,
in your brain.
I'm gonna throw out a prediction for you guys. All right,
here we go.
And it's Corey Graves' prediction. It has to do with WrestleMania. But it's Corey Graves comes out to compete the Monday after WrestleMania.
After.
I would be okay with that.
The day after, yeah.
I'm cool with that because what are they going to do after?
Some kind of angle. It has to do with Carmella and something that they're going to work an angle between now and then.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you think that's going to be the big one that's going to be coming back to WWE? It's Corey Graves?
No. Oh, hell no, dude. They're going to have a bunch of like hellos on that day. Like Asuka, I think, is coming out that day. I think you're going to see like 3 or 4 people the day after WrestleMania come up. And I'm hoping one of them is Walter, but we'll see.
That'd be dope. But I think it's too early.
Gunther from NXT?
It might be too early, but I think you never know. Again, you never know.
I think he's ready. He's got a ton of talent. I love watching him.
He's ready, but they haven't.
He's a fast big man.
It would be too much of a surprise.
It would. I don't know if WWE is ready for him yet.
Right, exactly. They wouldn't work him right. Corey versus
Batista.
Shut up.
He's not coming back. Shut up. I think we'd see Kurt Angle before we saw him come back. Jokes aside, Seth is wrestling mid. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much speculation out there with Cody Rhodes.
You think Veer is finally going to
Veer Mahan?
They're gonna bring Veer to the
main roster instead
of Asuka.
Veer. If Veer didn't show up at Madison Square Garden, I don't think he is showing up. I mean, I thought for sure he was going to go up against Brock, and that would have been great.
Right.
Returning with the zombie face paint. Yeah.
Corey versus Brock.
You guys don't like Corey.
Yeah, right?
That's what that
means. I'll stay on Corey.
Right, so I have a feeling, I'm going to say something here. I have a feeling that the reason why our comment section loves Corey Graves so much is because he's spending a lot of time having a lot of sex with Carmella.
Well, at least that's what they're leading us to believe.
I think they're a little bit jealous, and that's probably the reason they love him so much.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I don't get it. She's not that hot. Whatever. She's too high maintenance for me.
Well, crazy and hot do have a correlation. I just say. The crazier they are, usually, I just say. Have we seen Mandy Rose?
But aren't they married? I mean, you don't marry those. You have fun with them and move on. Marry them.
Yeah, you do. Some of us do. I'm just saying.
Oh my God, fantastic. These Veer Mahan. I don't know how you guys are still fans of Veer Mahan. I don't get it. Why?
It's WWE's fault.
All these virgins.
It's not our fault. Oh, definitely
sweet.
Looks like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So let's talk about that real quick. So you guys, what wrestlers are you missing right now that aren't on the wrestling screen. Let's put that out there. Right this minute, who are you guys missing that are not on the screen right now? Who are the people you want to see on the screen? Aside of Corey Graves, because we know Corey Graves wrestling is everybody's dream out there today.
Clearly, that's everybody's wet dream.
But who else? Who else is it that you guys haven't seen in a while in the squared circle that you want to see again?
You know, I think Goldberg is the most obvious. I think that's great. Right? But we're already going to see that. But then you got Shawn Michaels. He's still there. That'd be great.
What are you doing?
Oh God, dude! I literally almost fell out of my chair just now. Like I can't even like.
I'm just like,
let's bring him way back. You know, let's
see. On, Billy. Why are you doing this?
You know, we bring in John Morrison.
We knew this one was coming. We knew this one was coming.
Somebody beat me to it.
Cena. All right,
John
so
Cena.
I was gonna go with that, but I decided to be a clown instead. So. Oh yeah. See, I had to stir it up, guys. I love drama.
How dare you?
No, Cena was definitely the most obvious, but he's not coming back. Let's be honest. He's not.
You know who I want, man. I already said it.
We know,
I got juiced up Rock.
That's who John wants. Yep.
100%.
For me, man, I have been like every day, I am getting more and more. I don't know what it is. It's like I'm missing him like a friend from high school for some reason. I don't know what it is. Like I miss this wrestler so much that I had to go and get the Wrestle Buddy and put him in the chair behind me.
Where is I missed it.
Roosh? Where the hell is Roosh? He's like the male perfection. Why is he not on the screen?
Money, man. It's money. It's all about drama.
I've seen his brothers every damn where. Where is my Roosh?
Oh my God. I'm so sick of Nadula. Nadula is so funny, dog. Every time I say anything, like, shut up.
Oh, man.
I don't want to hear about it.
I knew that would stir it up. I knew that would.
Man.
Yeah, maybe.
Stuff,
you know what? He was amazing in ROH. And he's amazing in AAA. He's amazing in CMLL. He's probably one of the most charismatic people ever. For those of you who don't know who Roosh is a founding member of Las Ignoradas, and they're basically the ones who created that whole tranquilo thing. So if you see somebody ever like going to the middle of the ring and lay back like this, right?
Orange
kind of
Cassidy.
lay back and lounge in the middle of the ring. That's tranquilo. And that's based, and I have no Spanish accent whatsoever, so I'm butchering these words. But him and his family are legends in Mexican wrestling and in Lucha Libre. And he had an amazing run in ROH and in CMLL, and he is. Yeah, we are looking forward to hopefully seeing him in All Elite Wrestling and anywhere else that he wants to be, because, man, Roosh is amazing.
I think it was a family thing. Just step back in a big way. Just kind of.
Well, he got hurt and then he took some time off, but it's been extra time off, right? And so I think that the reason he took extra time off is so that he could actually, like, you know, get ready for a big return somewhere. So,
yeah, that'd be a big one. What about AG Lee?
So Hook wants to face Josh Woods. So Hook, if you guys are being booked by Tony, then you're gonna win that match. If they're being booked by Dana White, sorry, bro. Sorry. Like, and I'll visit you in the hospital.
I won't. I don't even. I'm not gonna lie to you like that.
I'll send you a little
You did that to
bouquet
yourself.
of I don't give a F, and that will be.
You signed up for it.
Yeah, you did that to yourself 100%, bro.
Yeah.
Didn't nobody
Sorry
tell you
about
to
your
do that.
Sorry, Hook.
I'm sure they do, and they're not your friends.
Yeah.
No, they're not. Not real. Like, again, if Tony's booking this match, no problem, man. You got it. If Dana White's booking this match, they are not your friends.
That's fantastic. They're not your friends. Sorry, Hook.
Not at all.
All right, so with all of that being said, you guys want to wrap it up and talk about what's happening tonight?
Yeah, man. Billy, lead us off, bro.
So we have a big night tonight. This is going to be AEW Dynamite. Lots of good stuff coming up. We have Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. There should be another name on top of that, but I'm not going to say it. Versus the Revenge of Rosa, Thunder Rosa. That's going to be a good one, guys. Definitely check this one out. I think Thunder Rosa is going to dethrone the DMD. And
so 100% agree with that, Billy. I think that Thunder Rosa is going to take it. It's in a cage match tonight, right?
Yep. So that means none of her little side girls, and no hater, no rebel, clean match, and Thunder Rosa is going to tear it up. She's going to beat that ass.
Hometown.
Yep. She's going to beat that ass. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's time. It's time.
I'm done with it. I'm so over Britt Baker and her girls and all the shystiness and shadiness and DQ nonsense. I'm over it. Let's go. I think Thunder Rosa is going to have a better reign. Pardon me. And then we have my man Wardlow. I'm so glad this guy's on a big run. He's got a ton of talent. I am partial to the big man. Thank Vince McMahon. I'm brainwashed. But this guy, he hits the power bombs like no one else. And he's going up against Scorpio Sky, who has a ton of talent. And this is going to be a face-off of talent versus strength. I mean, skill and technician versus just raw strength and kind of a rookie. So let's see if Wardlow has what it takes to go after and take that title from Scorpio Sky. I'd much rather see the MJF showdown with Wardlow, but too soon. Let's see him get this run first. So I'm all about it. Those are some of the big ones. And then, of course, we have Hangman. Adam Page with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. This is going to be a six-man tag team. You have the other Adam Cole versus Red Dragon. So you have Fish and O'Reilly. And that's going to be a good one, too. I mean, O'Reilly and Fish, both of them are Muay Thai guys. They're MMA fighters. And Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, they are a great tag team. The dynamic is fantastic. And, of course, you have the Adams facing off. So they got some beef that's still running over. Adam Cole can't face the fact that he lost, and he wants another rematch. And he's going to get stomped. I'm sorry. He's the smallest man in the ring. He's going to get stomped.
Yeah, I think this will be a crazy match, too. I agree. I think that's it's probably going to be if I was going to predict who's going to win, I think that Red Dragon and Adam Cole win tonight. So that way it makes it feel like it's an even up for when they actually have the next facing.
I think that's an interesting prediction. Especially if Red Dragon and Adam Cole stay true to their shenanigans outside of the ring. If they're able to cause the ref distraction and get that sneaky stuff in, which is not what Page does, and that's not what Jurassic Express does, that's not their forte. If they don't have ring awareness and ready for that, they're going to lose.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's see how this goes. It's going to be a good match no matter what. I love a six-man tag team, especially with these guys. That's going to be a good one.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah, we got some,
Could be.
Hook wants Bobby Fish, too. He's up there, man. I'm a big fan of Bobby Fish. I think he's really good. He was a teacher before this, Bobby Fish. teacher.
Yeah, so was Adam Cole.
Not Adam
Cole,
Page.
sorry,
Page.
Adam Page.
Yeah, he was a high school history teacher, right? I think it was history teacher. Don't quote me on that. I think Lady J and Lexi told us that, so I caught it on Fight Kitties. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I'm excited. That's gonna be a great one. If you guys want to chime in on some predictions too, again, I think that Jurassic Express will take it unless shenanigans kick in. So
almost definitely.
So Hook, if you
there
put
will be
me
shenanigans.
In your corner, you can. If you actually put me in your corner, I will be there for you, brother. I will be there for you.
Probably one of the better guys you can have in your corner.
I was saying, like,
all bullshit aside.
Yeah. If you want me in your corner, I'll be there for you. But you got to get me, like, a media pass so that we're able to go to all the AEW events.
Yeah. Dude, this is mutual. If you want the big man, Tommy Mack, in your corner, it's going to cost you. Nothing's free.
Ain't nothing free.
Page might win it. AEW messed up with Punk winning over MJF. How so?
I agree.
How so? They shouldn't have prepared him the takeoff for Page. Man, that's interesting.
Just
I don't know. The MJF. Go ahead.
He's the new talent. You know what I mean? So I think, it would have worked better story-wise if MJF won. You know what I mean?
No, because, I agree in some ways, but I also, I like that what it does is it actually makes MJF even more, I'm going to get even more angry. I'm going to be more vicious. I'm going to even more, going to settle this. I'm going to take this thing. I'm going to take it from him.
It's more of a work, yeah.
So what I'd like to see is what I'd like to see. I like to see him be the one who takes it from the title from Punk when we give Punk the title.
That's I agree 100%. That's where
long-term storytelling at its best.
Yes, because MJF is that guy.
When we do that, because it's going to happen at some point when we do that, but have MJF be the one to take it off him.
And for this particular match, I loved seeing CM Punk get dark like that, go back into that space that he used to be in, because for so long, the last few months, we've been seeing CM Punk, the police officer, daddy AEW, stopping all this stuff and keeping the calm. And he got dark in this one, at least leading up to it. So I love that. I'm not ready for that. I agree with you 150%, Tommy Mack. I think that's going to be the way it needs to go. Plus, MJF is still new. Put the time in.
Yeah,
he's got talent.
So he's new everybody's new in AEW, basically.
Right.
Only because it's a new show, it's a new brand, it's a new line of story. But MJF's been around a while, dude. He's been in indies for a long time. He's been growing as a performer over the years. So he is right now in a place where he's in his stride, no doubt.
Oh yeah,
and
I love him.
I'm
a huge fan.
Even if it takes a year, right, to put the belt on him again, because he's already had, the diamond ring. He's already had some other opportunities. But once they put that on him, he needs to have the championship belt, right? But it needs to be that. Roddy Piper is a great example of somebody who never got the WWE World title, right? One of the best wrestlers ever, one of the best guys, talkers ever, one of the best heels ever, but he never won the big one, right? Scott Hall never won the WWE title.
Yeah, heels very rarely do. They win it as face, and then turn.
They're like monster heels, right? Like Iron Sheik and people like that.
Yeah.
So, but still, if you're a really, really good heel like MJF, you don't need it, right?
Yeah, but you have all the publicity and all the fame you need.
Story,
yeah.
Take Punk's belt.
And Punk's gonna get it. We all know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. It's just a matter of him crossing T's and dotting I's and making his way up. I'd like that prediction. I think it was very well put. I don't think very many people can disagree with you Hook says, my prediction still Bray Wyatt debuting in May before Double or Nothing. That's interesting.
I think Bray Wyatt's going to debut in April before another promotion.
What promotion?
Control Your Narrative.
Yeah. Did we see that on the tease? Was he on the market for Texas?
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying it's for I just think that's what's going to happen.
Huh. That he would fit there. That'd be great in Control Your Narrative. Huh. Throw that in the prediction box. Say what?
I said, anything we're missing?
I don't think so, man.
Oh, man. Guys, fight fans, anything else? Questions, concerns, predictions? Let us know. Now's your chance.
Yeah, dude. I'm liking this too, man. I'm liking the fact that this is in the afternoon. This is a lot more interaction. Wow. I'm loving this.
Wow. Never respected Punk? Those are strong words. I know
I lost respect after his MMA run, but I like him back in the wrestling. You guys know that though.
So when I saw who did he his opening fight was with God, what is his name? That kid, it was his first fight, right?
Where he got stomped.
UFC. Gall.
He got worked sideways. Right? I'm looking.
Are we talking about MMA?
Yeah. No, CM Punk.
Oh, yeah, he got his ass whooped from here to Tuesday.
Was it Mickey Gall?
Every match.
Is that the guy's name?
I don't remember.
Yeah, Mickey Gall. All right. So it was a debut fight for both of them, right?
Yeah, here it is. Yeah, got it.
Dude, it was.
No, they were trying to feed CM Punk. That was the thing. They wanted to feed him the same way they were feeding Brock. They wanted another kind of promo like that, and CM Punk shit the bed every single time.
Yeah.
The guy's
just not there.
He was so far outclassed. Like, if they thought that Mickey Gall was going to be a good match for CM Punk, they were way like that was a bad booking decision. If they wanted to embarrass CM Punk and make him look like a punk, that was a good booking decision.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the intention with that match.
He was completely outclassed.
Yes.
Like, just destroyed.
Well, I mean, he was a backyard wrestler from a teenager all the way up. That's very different than being a professionally trained fighter.
But he trained for like 2 years, dude. I mean, that's not enough time to take on someone, right? But he's
not on the big stage.
He's still
not on the big stage. They pushed him
2 years,
and that's what happens.
Not enough time, right?
Yeah.
Most of the guys that have
that's
like
a lifelong
20 years jiu-jitsu in their before they're in the main, up on the
when they say
stage,
like
right?
You need to have at least like a full skill set to get in the UFC. You will get murdered, and that was exactly what happened to CM Punk. You can't just step in. The weakest guy in the UFC will give you the work with ease. So please don't play like that.
So this, how do you say your name?
Himanshu.
Himanshu. Yeah. All right. So it's exactly, he has the same exact sentiments as MJF. He got butthurt by CM Punk when CM Punk left the WWE because CM Punk was done with it, right?
Yeah.
And he hurt everybody, and it's true. Like, if you were a fan of CM Punk or you weren't a fan or however it is, and he disrespected you as a fan, that's a lot of people had that feeling, right?
But I mean, I think it's just
as much. The Indies at that time when he left, he actually did some other like little pop-ins and stuff every now and then, because he wanted to be with his friends. But yeah, he was done with corporate America wrestling, right? He was completely done with it, and that's why.
Is that his fault? Or is that WWE's fault for the way they manage their wrestlers?
So I mean, he says he apologized for his his part in stuff, but when you burn somebody out, you burn them out. Like in anything, doesn't matter what it is.
That's true. UFC is greater than AEW.
UFC greater than AEW. I mean, it depends on what you're watching. If you're talking about
depends on the card too.
They're not. That's like I get you. I like this very, very beautiful apple. I like this very beautiful orange. this apple is much better than this orange. This orange is much better than this apple. They're not
well put,
guys.
Well put.
If I was comparing Bellator to UFC, we can have that conversation. AEW to New Japan, we can have that conveation, right?
And this is the philosophy of the Wrestleverse, brought to you by Tommy Mac.
I like how they're all intertwined and how everybody is working everywhere. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
Like, I love Paige Van Zandt coming to AEW. Like,
so do I.
That brings so much joy to me because that's somebody who like should have been in pro wrestling as soon as she left the UFC. As soon as she left UFC, she should have stepped right into pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Like the perfect fit for it. She's got that, entertainment part of her.
She has the look.
She's got the look, and she's just a killer, right? And she's lost the thing she was, right? And that's why she went to bare knuckle fighting, because it's just even more, she wants to just keep pushing herself. And
well, is it American Top Team's fault for sitting on her for so long? I mean, she did try to go to wrestling, and she's been sitting over there for months now.
So that's an interesting thing for you to say. So ATT is her UFC, her fight team, right?
Yeah.
And so they haven't
Dan
been sitting
Lambert.
on her. No, they haven't been sitting on her.
Oh.
I was about to say, I don't think that's true.
They've been pushing her. They've been helping her do whatever she wanted to do. And so, I think when she came over, I guess she said in an interview she came to play and joke around in AEW. She wasn't even there for, to be a part of it or whatever. When she got there, she's like, oh, these guys do crazy shit. I want to do that.
Well, AEW
she was backstage and stop people like jumping off ropes and slamming tables and all this kind of stuff. She's like, I want to do that. Let me do something.
I did hear that.
That's right up her alley. Let's see it. I'm all for it. Let's make it happen.
Let's do it. Is there anything else we're missing though?
No, just the last. I think we had one more match, right? That we can't let fall.
Yeah.
Yes. This is going to be the main event for AEW tonight. So we get to see finally Jon Moxley team up with Bryan Danielson. This has been a big lead up for a while. The two meanest and toughest guys in AEW teaming up, taking on two of the younger but a ton of talent, Chuck Taylor and Wheeler Yuta. Now, both of them have said that these two younger opponents have everything that is necessary to do very well in wrestling, except for the aggression. And I think that's exactly what Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson is going to be bringing to this match.
Yeah, I'm excited for this.
Aggression and showing these two young, very talented wrestlers how to be mean and how to be nasty. And this is going to be a good one. Don't be surprised if we see a very bloody match. This is going to be a good one.
So, yes, it is definitely going to be bloody. They're going to definitely throw their aggression in. And, yeah, the MMA stuff is, I'm sure, scripted. I don't doubt it's scripted at all. You do have a lot of people, though, that are on that roster in particular that train MMA. Three of them on this group right here, right? You've got Chucky actually trains MMA, Brian trains MMA, and Moxley trains MMA. Moxley actually moved to Vegas, right, for him to be in that the team in Vegas. I can't remember what those guys are. Do you know Tijan, the team in Vegas that's like the big team in Vegas? Like I think the Santos is part of it.
Are you talking about Top Team?
Huh?
Are you talking about Top Team?
No, it's not Top Team. It's another one in Vegas. Anyway, so he moved there so he could actually train with them. So there's a lot of guys who train MMA. So you're going to see that in their matches for sure, and because it's part of them bringing their it's part of them bringing like the reality of fighting to the AEW style of wrestling.
Mm-hmm. And showing that, and regardless of whether you want to debate on how physical it is or this, that, or the other, it's still extremely athletic. You're not thinking of that team. I just tried to look it up. It's not Vega, is it?
I don't think so. I'll look it up later. It's not that important. It was just
Angel.
Yeah, I agree.
Garza. Yeah.
Yeah, like style wise, sure.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with that. There's plenty of young guys that are coming up that have a lot of potential. And I think that's what this match is going to be. It's going to be a lot of that, a lot of great talent versus some veterans. And it's going to be a great learning experience for Yuta. And I think just a really good match all the way around. I'm pretty excited.
All right, guys. My phone's about to die. I gotta wrap it up.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting this episode to be this good, man. I'm super excited though, bro.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So, yeah, I mean, man. I'll take it out. So here at Take It to the Ring, we like to give all fight cards a fight card rating. So we have 5 for Fight Forever, 4, this is awesome, 3, you still got it, 2 is a big what, and then 1, boring, don't even bother watching it. So we'll focus on the NXT episode since that was the main one that happened yesterday. Tijan, what would you give that episode?
3. Easy 3.
Yeah, and he actually did a really, really good recap of that already. That was earlier today. It was super quick. I think it was like 7 or 8 minutes. But it gives you like the entire rundown of everything that happened. And it was
Check
really,
it out.
Really good.
Yeah. It was definitely a solid 3.
So I was also a 3 too. So that was kind of amazed that everybody was on the same part. Normally mine are a little bit harder than these. The guys like to be a little gracious. But yeah, it was definitely a good 3. I agree with all you guys.
Yeah. I mean, we got to see some big names. Ziggler was there. Braun Breaker made an appearance.
Yeah, it was good.
Got to see some cool stuff. I mean, Rey Mysterio showed up to NXT. That's a big deal. Pretty cool. Wish I would have went.
That's fair.
Oh, that
is fair too.
Hey, that's your opinion. You know, Keith always with the high. Always high, man. Keith, Jesus you Christ. Are a wrestling fan. You love all wrestling no matter what. And I love it. So, good stuff.
All right, well, man. You guys like what you see here. What do we do?
Make sure you like, share, subscribe. And for more WrestleCap videos like this, just click that link right down there below. And make sure you check out our sweet merch too, guys. We have some awesome stuff down there. Awesome stuff. And check out everything else. Until next time, it's Billy here.
This is Tijan.
I'm Tommy Mac.
Yeah, don't stop believing.
Real.
Later.